Hello, YouTube viewers, and welcome to our new YouTube channel, How You Live and Really, the only channel and show like it on YouTube and the only one in the world. Today is Miracle Monday.
They say it's left them divided, so let's start out exactly with what's going on with school choice. Well, that we can see how this all starts off is tonight, Governor Greg Abbott set to be joined by several other lawmakers over at the San Antonio Christian School to talk about school vouchers, just as the Texas Senate finished passing Senate Bill 2. That uses $1 billion of state surplus funding to create educational savings accounts for around 100,000 kids, each one setting aside $10,000 for kids, $11,500 for kids with disabilities, to use towards private and charter schools, including some other expenses. Now, across town, I was able to speak with parents like at this soccer meet here who say they understand the need for families to choose the education option that suits them the best, but disagree on the money behind it.
It's really hard. We have to budget for it and really make sacrifices on other things that, maybe I want, but it's all about the kids. So it would be really nice to get some help on private school as well.
It's going to take a lot away from the public school system, which is pretty nice in some areas.
Yeah.
And I'm not really interested in having a coupon for the rich people.
Again, that meeting is set up for tonight at 5:30 over at the San Antonio Christian School on the far north side. We're going to have a crew out there covering it for tonight for our news at 6 and on the night beat, and we'll have a recap of what happens tomorrow morning on GMSA. RJ and Jaffe.
The battle over school vouchers is center stage at the state capitol in 2025, but it's an idea that's been swirling in Texas for roughly 70 years.
The very first school voucher proposal in Texas was proposed right after the Brown versus Board of Education decision.
That decision in 1954 forced public schools to integrate, putting black students and white students in the same classrooms.
The leadership in Texas at that time wanted to come up with a proposal to allow for white parents to be able to take their white kids out of integrated schools and put them in private schools.
This Texas legislative report spells it out, dated September 1st, 1956. The report recommends a tuition grant plan that would give students state funds to have the child educated in a segregated, non-sectarian private school. That state money would only be given upon affidavit that the child was being withdrawn from the public schools due to the parents' dislike of integration.
And that bill in that session was filibustered for, get this, 36 hours by Senator Henry B. Gonzalez of San Antonio, who said this was a disgusting, racist proposal. That's where it all started.
The idea of school vouchers has ebbed and flowed among Texas lawmakers ever since, often gaining traction when cultural tensions rise. Over the years, Democrats and Republicans who opposed vouchers argued they would drain money from public schools.
That part of the debate is not different now. What is different is the pressure campaign that Governor Abbott has engaged in over the last 2 years.
Before the 2023 legislative session, Governor Greg Abbott said passing a voucher plan was a priority.
Parents also deserve education freedom. Without that freedom, some parents are hindered in being able to help their child succeed. That must change.
But it never passed, even after special legislative sessions. So Governor Abbott promised he would campaign against those Republicans who opposed vouchers. And in state primaries, he did, targeting some longtime elected leaders like John Kemple in Seguin and Steve Allison in San Antonio. Anti-Allison ads didn't talk about school vouchers, however. They focused largely on a much more visible issue in Texas at the time, the border.
Governor Abbott doesn't trust Steve Allison to secure the border, and neither should we.
It worked. Allison, like several other Texas Republicans who voted against vouchers, lost.
I've been with the governor on every single issue, every single request he's made since I've been in the legislature, except this one issue.
Everything changed on this when out-of-state money started to flow into the campaign coffers of Governor Abbott.
A GOP megadonor from Pennsylvania, Jeff Yass, contributed $10 million to Governor Abbott. Yass is a billionaire investor known for his stake in TikTok and for his contributions to school voucher efforts nationwide. Here in Texas, his money helped the governor arrange a legislature more likely to give vouchers a passing grade.
All right, let's
So what did Yah command his people Yasharel to do? 1. Separate from the peoples, not desegregate. 2. To maintain purity. Touch no unclean thing, which were them wicked racist whites and Europeans, and all the others who chose to suppress and wickedly target all of Yah's chosen special people. They labeled blacks or Nigkonadum, Reir. No so-called black people. This is why most of you have been and are suffering today. Y'all, you did not listen to the voice of your Elohim, but instead chose to listen to wicked men to your own destruction. We want to thank all of you for taking the time out of your day to stop by and listen to our truth videos. We appreciate every one of you, as we believe it was the will of Elohim that you chose to visit. If any of you need real help and support, counsel, real guidance, you got questions, can use prayer, or just